All right, good. So we are live. This is awesome. So thank you. It is Saturday, April 11th. It is Easter weekend. I needed to be reminded of that, and that the Easter Bunny apparently is an essential service. So in case you weren't sure if we needed to acknowledge that. So happy Easter. I'm going to just unmute Helly, because Helly, you are going to just do our toast with our coffee mugs.
Good morning, everybody. It is so lovely to see all these wonderful faces again this morning. I was talking when Jill and Linda and I met. I said how wonderful it was to see the coffee mugs because it shows me your personality. And so I was kind of, or at least, some of the things that you like. So I was kind of hoping to do a mug up and for people to show them. Mine says, "You're a whole lot of lovely," because I just think you all are a whole lot of lovely. So here's to everybody. Thank you for gathering. It's not, hey, Bella, it's not our normal way of gathering, but it sure is better than nothing, hey? I just love it. So good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Thank you,
Morning.
Helly.
Those mugs, I love them.
Awesome, thank you. So our agenda for today is I'm going to open us up with a little bit of a grounding breathing technique. And then I'm just going to chat a little bit around sort of how we want to come out of this is how we want to be in this. And then Helly's going to share just some insight on anxiety and low mood and some things that we can do around that. And then Jill's going to come in and finish us off with some thoughts and a guided meditation. So I'm just going to invite you to either sit. If you like to stand, you can stand. And just scoot, if you do want to stay seated, just scoot a little forward on your seat or just get comfortable wherever you are there, and just give yourself a moment here to settle in. If you want to move about a little bit, if you want to have your feet grounded to the floor, you're welcome to do that. So just get comfortable within yourself. We're just bombarded these days. I couldn't figure out why my eyes have been so sore, and I realized I'm staring at this computer screen a lot more. And there's a lot of sensory stimulation coming in. And so the value of doing something like what we're going to do, this grounding breath, is to help to bring us back down to and into our own body, take us out of that sort of sympathetic nervous system of that fight and flight and need to do more and go, and into what we call the parasympathetic, which is our rest and digest. It helps to reduce our blood pressure, slow our heart rate down, to restore balance in our body. And something as simple as our breath, which is available to you any day and any time, is what you can access. So let's just get comfortable. Take a moment, just let yourself settle in. And I invite you just to gently, softly close your eyes and feel your feet, if they are on the ground, firmly planted to the ground. And notice your sits bones anchored to your seat. Feel your spine lengthening up to the sky. And that line of energy continue up through the crown of your head. Feel your shoulder blades soften down your back, softening around your neck and your jaw. And allow yourself permission to let go. To let go of anything happened before this call, or let go of anything that might need your attention after this. Let go of any judgments and expectations about yourself. And allow your mind to settle into your heart and into your body. And even listen to the beating of your heart. And to welcome yourself as you are in this very moment. bringing your awareness to your breath and to the deep sensations of your breath. Notice the rise of your chest as you inhale and the dropping of your chest as you exhale. Notice the lengthening of your spine as you inhale and the deepening of your abdomen as you exhale. You may notice yourself sitting up a little taller as you inhale and rooting down deeper as you exhale. Bringing in a sense of serenity, peace, and calmness as you inhale, and letting go of tension, fear, anxiety as you exhale. And now take 5 deep breaths in and 5 deep breaths out. And after your personal 5th breath, on your next inhale, count how many counts it takes to reach the top of your inhale, and count how many counts it takes to get to the bottom of your exhale. It might be 4, 5, 8, or higher. And then on the next 5 breaths, count all the way up to your inhale and count all the way through to your exhale. And after your 5 personal breaths, gently allow the count of your breath to drop away. Allow the internal vision of your breath to drop away. And notice the smoothness of your breath, the physical stillness of your body. And then slowly bring your awareness back to your physical body as you begin to draw a deeper breath into your belly and into your chest. And then as you bring yourself back to yourself in your room, gently allow your eyes to just gently blink, slowly blink as they open. And then just notice for a moment, does your body feel more calm? Does your breath feel more smooth? And are you more aware of this present moment? Do you feel refreshed, recharged, and now ready for our day? Good. So for today, what we've learned with Zoom is if we open it up and people start chatting, it just becomes echoey. So what we invite you to do today during our session is, if you have a question or a comment or a thought, is just to type it into the chat. And if you've never used the chat, it's at the bottom of the screen and it says chat. So you can click on that and you can type anything in. And what will happen there is it'll pop up on everybody's screen so that we can hear your thoughts. And it's a way of everyone participating in the call and in our conversation here. And if you have a question, then we'll be able to answer those questions. And then at the end, what we'll do is we'll open this up to chat. Wonderful, Jean. Thank you. So Jean says she has an Easter analogy poem to share, and we would love that. And we'll bring that in towards the end of the hour, Jean. Thank you. And we'll remember that. Beautiful. We loved your poem from last week, and then it got shared around on Facebook. That's beautiful. Thank you. So the conversation that we had with Jill and Helly over our week is really what is happening as we're transitioning, or we're learning to live in this, we keep calling it a new way of being. And then there's lots of conversations around the world is going to be different after this. And then it kind of ends there, because there's this uncertainty of, we don't know how things are going to be after this. But how do we create grounding and certainty within how we are now? Someone had shared in the liquor store sales of Tsawwassen Mills that prior to this, the average sales was $8,000 a day. And they've averaged, especially in the first couple of weeks, $45,000 a day in sales in the liquor store. So there is this sort of craziness. We better stock up on everything, right? On buy 10 pounds of ground beef and all the toilet paper and all the liquor. And then, there's this feeling that people just sort of went at it, you go to an all-inclusive resort for a week and you kind of let her rip, right? You eat everything in sight, you enjoy everything, you take it all in. But now that we're headed into week 3 of this, we're not on a week-long vacation. This is actually a way of life. And it dawned on me in a conversation that, a month from now or 2 months from now, this will be different. We will be doing something different. At some point, we're going to get back to business or back to work, however that looks. And so the conversation happened around, well, when this is over or changed or we're shifting back, how do we want things to look? Do I want to be fitter than ever when I come out of this? Do I want to be more rested? Do I want to have learned something? And so the conversation went to, well, how do I want to be out of this is going to help me to navigate how I am in this. If my intention is to have a garden this summer, am I tending to my garden now? In the last 3 weeks, I kind of went down that slippery slope. And I said to Helly, I think I'm averaging a weight gain of 1 pound a week on this. As she laughed her head off at me. She said, 1 pound a week. And I said, yes, but that's 3 pounds now. If I'm in this for 12 weeks, am I going to be at 12 pounds? And now what? So again, how do I want to be out of this matters how I am in this. So I invite you to look for yourself right now and go, when I start to get back to work and back to whatever my new normal is, how do I want that to look? Look at your nutrition. Do I want to have more energy in my body? What do I need to do from a nutritional standpoint to have that? And what we got is, a lot of us already kind of know what we need to do. We know we need to eat more vegetables, maybe less meat, more real food, less processed food. We know this. This is a conversation we've had for a long time. I need to move my body more. And it's really a matter of what do I need to get to and what structure can I put into my daily life such that I am more fit a month from now than I am now, such that I've read that book that I wanted to read, that stack of books. I love ordering books, or I love going into a bookstore and buying books, and then do I actually read them? So what is it for you? And I invite you to put things into the chat to share with us what it is that you would like to get. So put it into the chat. What would you like to be out of this? So go ahead and share. I'm going to sit here and wait until you start letting us know. Good, awesome. What would you like to have out of this that you can be in this? Go ahead and share it in the chat. Do you want to be more fit? Do you want to be more connected? For me, walking with my girlfriends is something I never did. I've said yes to walks at 3 o'clock, whereas before it was like, no, I have to work. And I felt like I missed out. So wonderful. New work in my retirement as a volunteer for a worthy cause. Awesome. So that's Deborah, finding out what that worthy cause is, reaching out, making contact, more structure for fitness, reading more, connecting more, for sure. So the clearer you get on what you want in your life, the more you can start to create that structure now. Good. What else have we got? Rested, more rested. That's a big one for me. I know if I want to be more rested out of it, I need to rest more in this, and more discipline towards fitness and wellness. Excellent. So how can that look? It can look like joining our virtual exercise sessions, and I've had conversations with clients around that. Have you joined us? I need to move more. Well, have you joined our virtual classes? Well, I don't do virtual fitness. Is there anything around that that we can let go of to make that possible? So I invite you just to look at those things. Good. Okay. So let's do a little bit of movement, and then we're going to turn this over to Dr. Helly. So sitting forward on the edge of your seat, just make sure that you can move your arms a little bit. If you need to slide your chair back, we'll just stay seated for this as I see room. And we're just going to take a little breath in and lift your arms up and stretch up nice and tall. Good. And then bring your arms back down. And again, breath in, take your arms up, clasp your fingers together and stretch up tall. And bring it down. And one more time, inhale up. And now just open your fingers and stretch up to one side and reach up to the other side. And again, breathing in and breathing out. Good. And now reach both arms up and stretch, make your body tall, expand your rib cage. And exhale to bring it down. Good. And just circle your shoulders. Good. And then start to bring that up to your elbows. And then circling just one arm at a time and add a little rotation as you go there. And breathing in and breathing out. Good. Turning your head, turning your rib cage, and then bringing it back to center and just round your arms in front and stretch your arms forward. Good. And then open up and breathe through your chest. And then round your back to bring it forward. And then opening up. And then round your back. And opening up. Good. And settle, sitting nice and tall through your body. Just tilt your head to one side. And bring it back to center and tilt over to the other side. And bringing it back. And one more time. And back to center. And over and back to center. And let's just take one more big breath in and exhale. Good. And Helly, you are on. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Linda. Good morning, everyone. My voice still is in bed, so it'll join us shortly, I'm sure. Truly. And I may go read as I start talking to you all, because not because I'm about to spontaneously combust, but because my cells are so excited to see you all. Um, I was thinking about what to share, what nuggets to share today, and I invite you to just take whatever nuggets you would like. But as I live in a house with 3 teenage boys, the anxiety, which has been pretty good, is ramping up a bit over the next, has been ramping up over the last little week. And yesterday, I fully melted down. I had one of those mama meltdowns that are like epic, and I haven't had one in a long time. So maybe like the Hoover Dam, I was ready to go, but I melted because I had asked people to help over and over again over the course of the week. And my 3 darling boys had said, yeah, we'll get to it. And then a day would go by and they didn't get to it. And I don't know if you've experienced this. Maybe you have. Hands up if you have, but you know, I have. And I melted. So, and then I was sort of thinking about that, and I'm thinking about how to address it today with them. But it was because my own anxiety had caught up with me in a huge way. In a huge way. I had a meeting with my clinic team, and it was this sort of real and emotional meeting about, you know, letting the clinic close for a while so that people can apply for assistance, and so that people can take a breather, and so that we feel like instead of being ruled by a virus, we're sort of taking a step back, breathing, and saying, hey, wait a minute, we're going to take control of this now. Enough, to the best of our ability. And so all of my anxiety caught up, and it came out like, I don't know what, a Sunday melting in the sunshine, right? It was a sort of a verbal vomit. And, you know, I suppose I could go on about beating myself up about how I'm, you know, I'm failing as a mother and as a leader and blah, blah, blah. But maybe during this time, it's okay to give ourselves a bit of a break. You know, I suffer from anxiety on an average day, and have for years, and have had it under control now for years. But I still remember what it felt like to wake up feeling as though I was being strangled, right? I used to, on a daily basis. And so I suppose that's one of the reasons that I am absolutely passionate about helping people not feel that way, because I so honestly and profoundly remember how yucky it was to live life feeling as though there was an elephant sitting on my chest, and that I couldn't breathe, right? I couldn't breathe. Now being able to breathe on a daily basis, I am still grateful for every day. So today, what I thought was, you know, maybe some of you, whether you are living with people or alone, or with people that are far from you or close to you, or too many people in the house or too few people in the house, I think the anxiety can be, it has a similar theme. And it can lead to low mood. So that's what I know. I know that anxiety is sort of here, low mood is here, and then it slides between those 2 things. What I would love to do is, maybe in helping with the anxiety, helping with the low mood, we prevent it from getting worse. It is so much easier to deal with it and to fix it, and to address it, than to allow it to build and build and build and pretend that it's not there. You know, the clinic is more and more starting to deal with anxiety and depression, with mood issues, with OCD, with bipolar. And I find it, oh, my heart is there. My purpose is there. I know that. And so today I thought that I would share that with you all. And maybe you have questions for me, because panic attacks, as I see, they're more and more prevalent. I'm hearing that from my patients. Anxiety that had been clear is coming back. Moods that were feeling fairly good are going a bit lower. So here are a few nuggets for you to take away. The one thing we will be doing, or I'll do, is that I will post my anxiety and depression lecture online, because it has all of these nuggets, and so that you can access it through the Village Clinic when you need to. Whatever you seek is seeking you. So I love that quote. It's a quote from Rumi. Whatever you seek is seeking you. And I am often seeking purpose, good mood, and less anxiety. And I love the idea that it is seeking me as well. One of the ways to do that, obviously, if we look at the 4 pillars of diet, quiet, movement, and purpose or happiness, what are those nuggets for you today? Well, here they are. With your diet, I cannot tell you enough how, even though sugar is our comfort food, it is the single most profound way to make sure that your anxiety skyrockets. Guaranteed. You may feel that momentary hit of a dopamine rush and feel like, I feel so good. I've got this covered. I can guarantee you that within half an hour, that dopamine rush will turn into an anxiety tsunami. So if you are already worried, or if you're already dealing with anxiety, trying to avoid, I don't know, the cookies, chocolate chip cookies from Newman's, which my boys tend to love, is probably one of, is a good thing to do. It's harder because there's a gremlin or a grelin sitting on our shoulder that says, go get it, eat the whole bag, try another one. No, you still don't feel good. Go do it again. And battling that gremlin or gremlin, takes a lot of willpower. And jumping on that willpower wagon is probably one of the best things that you can do for your anxiety and your low mood. These 4 things are basically research based. Fish, so omega-3s. If you are a vegetarian, then there are lots of omega-3s that you can get, and good oils, but your brain needs to be fatty. It needs to be beautifully, lusciously plump and fatty. So feed it that. We often do not eat that enough. We became at one point a sort of no fat, high sugar society, and I'm urging us all to step away from that. Fat is fun, fat is good, go for it, as long as it's the good one. If you are having olive oil every day, awesome. And avocados and fish and nuts and seeds, terrific. A handful of nuts and seeds, remember, because if you are living on nuts and seeds, you are living on as many calories as burgers. So nuts are a way that plants store their fat. So they're terrific for us, but just remember that everything in moderation, right? So the 4 things that I would love for you to get into your life are magnesium, vitamin C, vitamin D, and B vitamins. Is that 4? I lost count somewhere. Vitamin C, vitamin D, magnesium, and B vitamins, along with fish oil. If you have those going into your life, it will go such a long way to help prevent low mood. Now, I can't give doses over this, obviously, but I'm thinking, as I see your beautiful faces, and I know many of you, I think most of you will be on those. Please don't stop them right now. Now is not the time to stop that. Vitamin D you can reduce, because for me, the best vitamin D out there is the sunshine that you sit in. And we've been having so much of that lately. I love it. 20 minutes of sun exposure, not necessarily on your face. I don't think we any of us need that. Leslie's shaking her head profoundly. We don't need to, get it on our faces, but on your arms and legs as you're working, please get some. It is still the best. Vitamin D from a bottle is terrific. Ideally, you're getting it in liquid form, not in tablet form, right? And especially with B12, always liquid form. Injected is the best. Eating it is the best. Injected is next. Under your tongue is third. And a tablet, I would think, would be the lowest kind of B12 that you can get. When I say B vitamins, though, it's much more than B12. I often hear that, oh, I am taking my Bs. And then when I ask, which Bs are you taking? Everybody knows about B12, but they don't necessarily know that the Bs are one big happy family. They love living together. They love going into your body together. So please take them together. If you take more of one than of the other, they get a little bit, they miss each other. So please take them together. If your mood is low, B3 has been in countless studies shown to help improve your mood. Absolutely. Dr. Abram Hoffer spent a career helping people with significant mental health issues, especially with B3. He had a beautiful practice in Victoria. I was absolutely thrilled to be able to learn from him. Maria and I had a beautiful class with him. And B3 is something that you can use for your low mood and anxiety. But be careful. I tried it once. I tried full on B12. I wanted to feel what the prickly heat that everyone was talking about. So I decided to do this while I was vacuuming. And I took a high dose. And because I was a naturopathic student, I figured I could go to the max because I was invincible. So as I vacuumed my apartment as a student, because the hairballs were starting to talk to us, I took a huge dose of B3. And then I thought, no problem. What are people talking about? Until it felt like my hair wanted to leave the building like Elvis. Oh my God. It was horrific. I was bright red. I was like this. Imagine that as my head. And it felt like every single cell was on fire. Please do not take B3 as pure niacin unless you love that feeling. There are lots of non-flushing forms of B3. Take that, and please take it under the guidance of a doctor that you know. I cringe sometimes when I walk into a health food store or into Thrifties or into a place that's selling supplements, because there are a lot of things in there that, even though they are natural, if you take them in high doses, yes, your hair will want to leave the building too. So please get some advice on some of these vitamins and minerals. Email me. I will happily guide you. Even though the clinic is closed, I'm here. I'm here for the community. So vitamin C, vitamin D, B vitamins, magnesium, and fish oil. Those are your building blocks for a good and healthy mood. There are many other things that I will put into a treatment plan. There are a couple of products from Pasco that I use that are fantastic. The efficacy rates are crazy, right? Dr. Oshita that I've studied with, I mean, he was bold enough to say that with depression and low mood, his efficacy rates are in the 80%. So he expects someone to feel well. He expects depression and anxiety to reduce and a tremendous amount. And I was really skeptical because those numbers in medicine they're unheard of. But so far with my patients that I've been using this protocol with the Pasco product, you know what? We're pretty close. It is absolutely marvelous to see someone that's been suffering from low mood and depression, and to see them grin and to feel and to hear them breathing and to hear them say, "Yep, I went for a walk and I felt good. I'm sitting at dinner with my family again," one of my patients said. And you know, so the clinic dealt and is dealing with many people that are really, really low, that are finding their feet again. And I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that we're doing that. Okay, with quiet, Jill's going to lead us in a meditation. I think I talked to you about the importance of sleep last time. 3, 2, 1, sleep. That's Brendan Bouchard's notation. 3, 2, 1, sleep. Right? 3 hours. Don't eat any. Stop eating after 3 hours. 2 hours. Stop working, and after 1 hour, put your screens away. Read a book. Meditate. Just quiet. If you are having trouble sleeping. 3, 2, 1, sleep. It works, right? It works beautifully. But today, what I would love to just remind you of is that meditation is not only a tool, but a pathway. So you can use it as a way to not only help reduce your anxiety, it's a matter of sticking with it. So it's a matter of sticking with it. When I first started, it was really hard, but now, oh my goodness, it is a beautiful tool. a profound tool. I love the pathway that I'm also using it for. Deepak, when we were on Amelia Island, said that when you take care of your body, it's your vehicle to enlightenment. And the meditation is part of that vehicle, and taking care of our bodies, whether it is using those vitamins that I talked to you about today, moving as we do with Linda, doing some meditation daily, take care of this beautiful contraption, this beautiful, vehicle that we're in, so that when we do come out of this, we are a bit more, we're ready. We're ready. A couple of my friends have said, "Oh, Helly, I do not want to find my purpose right now. I do not want to improve myself. I do not want to do any of this." And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't want to find my purpose in crisis, right? I have a purpose in crisis, but I don't necessarily want to find my own purpose in crisis. I don't think we need to feel as though we have to do a lot, right? If our doing in a day is to sit and enjoy our garden, or to just be, awesome. Do it well. Sit perfectly. Sit brilliantly. Or just accept the fact that as you do sit, you are doing it exactly the way you're meant to be doing it. I see Instagram and Facebook full of advice on how to be right now. And I would argue that we're all being the best we can, and we're all being exactly the way we should be. Maybe diving into that bag of Newman's chocolate chip cookies isn't the best way to be right now. I think that's what Linda and I are talking about today, and Jill. Maybe that's not the best way. So, and I think we have choice in that. And I think we all know what those choices are to lead us towards health. But let's not be too hard on ourselves. All right. I adore you all. Thank you for listening to me talk this morning. If you have questions about those vitamins, because I know most of you, just email me and I will gladly put those doses together for you. Have a beautiful, brilliant weekend. Happy Easter, everyone.
Thank you, Helly. That's wonderful. Jean, would you like to share your poem, and then Jill will be taking us through our final quarter of our time today. Jean, I'll just find you first. There we are, and I will unmute you, and here we go.
Okay, this is Easter analogy. Although nothing to do with religion, we're accomplishing a form of Lent, giving up some of our privileges, but making it time well spent. Refocusing, realigning, what works well, what does not. A time to reassess who we are and the dreams and goals we forgot. Tragically, many lives have been lost as the COVID-19 virus spread, warning us all to look after ourselves for a better future ahead. When this virus is conquered, a resurrection will take place of a better, normal way of life at a more refined, grateful pace. We need to envision that freedom. What changes for good will we make? Love, care, kindness, compassion will have improved for world safety's sake. We are all one human family, breathing our planet's air. We must realize how important that is and treat life with our tender care. Happy Easter, everybody. Thank you.
You're on. You're unmuted, Jill.
Oh, thank you, Linda. I think you were muted. I couldn't hear you there. But thank you. I'll take the baton now. Thank you, Jean. That was beautiful. Beautiful. You're such a gift. Thank you. All right. So the meditation I prepared for today is inside of it's even inside of what Linda and Helly have pointed to of what can we control and what can't we control. And if you look at the serenity prayer, of God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I think that's very timely right now because there's a lot of what we cannot change happening in the world more than ever that has had a huge impact. I know you, I don't even need to say this, but looking at what we can do. So Helly, thank you for the recommendations and expertise in how to support our mood with supplements. And inside of our mood, when we look at going inside with meditation, with being with nature, with being with our family, inside our homes, but also inside ourselves. And that is where we do have control. And no matter what's happening in the world, we can have a say of how we are with it, how we are behaving, how we are thinking, how we are helping our mood. Sometimes it can feel like a hijack. I know a lot of my clients, that's often how they come to me, where their anxiety is so out of control that it's taken over. And to be able to regain and reclaim yourself is a huge component of being able to move through this, so that we do, like Jean pointed out in her beautiful poem, we do come out of it in a better new normal. So inside of that, I want to walk you through a lovely meditation. So if you just get nice and comfy where you are, where you're seated, or you can lie down if you feel comfortable to lie down. And I want you to just rewind a little bit here back to Linda's beautiful grounding at the beginning of this call. And gently close your eyes. Feel into your body. And start just feeling the breath, bringing life into your body. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose as if you're breathing in love. And gently out through your mouth as your body's relaxing. Good. Another deep breath in through your nose. Imagine you can follow the air into your body, into your lungs, having it dissipate out into your cells, and gently exhale. Nice. And one more deep breath in, and gently exhale. Beautiful. And now just relax your breathing as you relax your body. Allowing yourself to deeply relax. Allowing yourself to realize the things you can control in life and the things that you cannot control in life. So for example, you cannot control the global impact of the pandemic that's happening. And you can control how you react, how you personally manage yourself through it. For example, being here on the call today or listening to this recording. Lowering your stress, balancing your mood, and giving yourself some structure. Your brain loves structure and rituals and habits. Your nervous system calms and balances as you have structure. So allowing yourself to notice what you can control and what you cannot control allows you to guide yourself of where you can put structure. Staying calm can be very challenging at these times. It can be very stressful to remain inside in this self-quarantine. Your new normal routine is yet to be discovered, perhaps. Your old routine is no longer something that you can rely on, not right now. And it can be frustrating to stay inside. You might miss your social connections, the people you work with, your friends that you meet with. And cabin fever, staying inside is a real thing. And there are many things that you can do to feel better. You may have days where you easily manage stress of being cooped up, and other days where you feel like you're climbing the walls. And it's perfectly understandable. And one method that you can take forward in your life, and perhaps this is a reminder that you already know, is to just take things one day at a time, even 1 hour at a time. Sometimes I rewind it right back to, what can I do just right now for the next 10 minutes? And getting in touch with the present moment is empowering. Bringing your thoughts into right now. That's why breathing calms your nervous system, because it gets your focus into your body. It also brings oxygen to your brain, which is wonderful. And it minimizes stress, lowers your stress response. Another way that you can manage being cooped up inside is to practice visualization, guided imagery, meditation, just like we're doing right now. And as you visualize, images appear inside your mind. So let's do that now in a very relaxed state. Just notice your breathing, the rise and fall of your chest, your diaphragm as you breathe. And just allow your mind to drift, almost like clouds floating in the sky. And if your mind wanders off, it's perfectly normal. Just notice and bring it back. Bring it back to your breath and the sound of my voice. Imagining clouds gently float by as you breathe in. And I'd like you to imagine you're outside with nature right now. And I'd encourage you at any moment to actually, in real life, go outside and be with nature. Keeping your social distance. But for now, just imagine you're outside in nature, because your brain actually does not distinguish the difference between reality and what you imagine. The brain patterns, the neurons are the same. So imagine the environment around you. You breathe in, smelling the fresh evergreens, the pine trees, the beautiful nature that surrounds us here. Taking in the sights and sounds. You might notice as you walk forward, little small animals like squirrels scurrying about. You might hear a soft crunch of sticks and twigs crackling as you walk. And feeling adventurous, feeling like you want to be curious and keep walking, you enter this beautiful forest, gorgeous forest. It's soothing and calming, calling you forward as you walk into its magic. You walk into the forest deeper and deeper, and you feel yourself becoming more and more relaxed, more at home. And you notice the patterns on the forest floor of the sunbeams refracting through the treetops onto the forest floor. And you realize that this is just what you needed. A day outdoors in the fresh air feels so good. So good to connect with the earth. And as you walk, the earth replenishes your energy. There's a wonderful technique known as grounding that you can help yourself replenish your energy as you ground. Grounding is the process that helps your physical body connect to that life-sustaining energy that comes from the earth. You might even decide to take your shoes off for a moment so your feet can connect directly with the raw earth below. You connect with Mother Earth, feels so good. So good. Your energy is immediately replenished. You just take a moment and you stand here and you notice how good you feel. There's like an instant balance, replenishment, tranquility moving through your body. This is exactly what you needed today. Your perception begins to shift. You suddenly see that we have been given the gift of time. It's a lovely gift. You smile to yourself. You might even kind of giggle inside thinking, I have all this time to go for walks now, like Linda was saying. And really, you have everything you need today to feel good. The breeze continues to relax you more and more. The forest floor is soft and thick. The air is fresh. You smell the pine all around you. And you take in everything as you walk. You smell the aroma of the pine trees. You smell that clean, clear air. And you reflect on the pause that's happening globally now, where our air is cleansing, clearing. You look up through the treetops and you see the blue sky peeking through the green branches. You see the patterns. And you watch the clouds gently float by. Right now, you don't have a care in the world. Everything's perfect right now, in this moment. And this is the perfect time to rejuvenate your energy. It's happening right now as you're relaxing with the power of your mind, allowing your body to restore your immune system, to expand, giving yourself reprieve, giving yourself self-care. Imagine that sunshine as it streams through the trees, warming your body, providing that beautiful vitamin D that Helly was talking about in a natural form into every cell of your body. Good. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose, breathing in that fresh, clean air. Breathing in what our trees breathe out. And as you exhale, knowing what you breathe out, the trees breathe in. Perfect, beautiful cycle. And now, as you're ready to come back to reality, bringing that balanced energy from nature through every cell of your body, harmonizing you into your life. Now just gently count from 1 up to 5. If I can count, that's more of the left brain, got to switch over. So as I count from 1 up to 5, you'll come back feeling balanced, peaceful, blessed. So the count of 1, start to wiggle your toes, bringing the energy down to your feet. On the count of 2, wiggle your nose, your forehead, your face, bringing the energy back up to your head, circulating your energy. 3, rotate your wrists, your shoulders, your back, your hips, waking up your body. And 4, gently open your eyes. And 5, say out loud, I love my life. I'll read your lips. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Jill. Wow, I feel so good.
Good.
And it's that beautiful reminder that what we have control of is the here and now, and how we are in the present, and to bring ourselves back to that. Beautiful. Are there any questions? Type them in the box if you have any questions for Helly or Jill or myself, and we can answer them. Good. Okay. Excellent. So I am going to unmute you, Helly, and Jill, you are unmuted. Do you have any closing thoughts or comments to share?
I just wanted to thank everybody for coming and joining us. I miss community and connection on a true huggable level, but I so love seeing all of you all. It is absolute soul food for me. So thank you very much for joining us. I wanted to share one of my favorite quotes. And it's been a favorite quote of mine for a while, but I love remembering, and it popped up today as I was looking at some things I wanted to chat about. And it's by Joseph Campbell. He said, "We must be willing to let go of the life we had planned so as to accept the life that is waiting for us." I think that's where we're at. And even though it's scary and uncertain, sometimes in that uncertainty, that's where creation lies, I think. That's where we as humans and as a planet, that's where we create. When we don't know what's happening, that's when we sometimes are at our strongest. So I thank you all for being here today and for being on this journey with us. It's lovely to know that I'm not alone and that you are not either. If you need us, we're here. Email us. Our emails, we'll attach them to this. So email us if you need us. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. If you have creative ways that we can continue to connect and be a community, please let us know. I am sure that Linda, Jill, and I will stand on our heads to keep you all healthy and happy. I adore you all. Have a beautiful and wonderful Easter.
Thank you.
Thank you. I just wanted to say a couple words. I noticed in the chat that people were looking for virtual appointments. I put my email on there. Helly, if you can put yours, and Linda, if you could put yours. There's virtual appointments on the Tawasin Wellness Center website for movement, for Pilates. And I'm doing movement meditations there Tuesday mornings for free at 9:30 in the morning, and then Thursday evenings. Oh, pardon me, Wednesday morning. Thank you.
Send this out.
Wednesday morning
We'll
at
do a follow-up
9:30.
email.
Yeah, and Thursday at 7:15 after we acknowledge our healthcare workers. And Kelly is doing virtual appointments online as well on the phone to support people with their health. And I'm doing coaching and hypnotherapy for people on the phone and Zoom calls as well. So you can get all three of us virtually. You can get more if you want more. We're here. And yes, we will stand on our heads and in a healthy pose, I'm sure.
I teach it. I teach headstands.
Shit, I'm in. So yeah, and community is so important to go through this together. We are, you know, you've heard this over and over again. We are in this together. We truly are, and love that you all joined us today. This is precious time. I feel so enlightened and rejuvenated after these morning calls. So thank you for joining us, and we'll be back next week for more.
Thank you, everyone. You're all unmuted.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
everybody. Thanks.
Bye.
Beautiful.
Easter.
You
Bye,
happy.
Beautiful day.
Happy Easter.
Bye,
Happy
Karen.
Easter.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Sharon.
Feels like everybody just leaves into the atmosphere.
Yeah, I know. It's watching the squares.
It's like we're taking off in UFOs into our
Yeah.